Wait, there's updates to Machinist for Endwalker? Big gun intensifies. Hey all, it's Nim, or Nimicry if you're feeling professional, and welcome to the YouTube video. Today we're going to be talking about the changes in Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker to the Machinist. The Machinist happens to be my favorite DPS job, and I enjoy it for several reasons. Big guns, big robots, lots of off-GCD action so you can weave to keep the DPS high if you play well, and believe me, sometimes I even play well. I know, I was shocked at first too. And then of course, the cool weapon, the pistol. I put pistol in quotes because normally you're shooting a 500 caliber gun, and it's a lot of fun. But before we get into that, if you like what I do, or you like the channel, go on and click subscribe and hit that notification bell. That way you can stay up to date with everything the channel does. And in addition, you will also see a list of names on the screen right now. Those are my patrons. They have faith in me, and I want to thank them for that. Without further ado, the Machinist. The Machinist. We have the Machinist for folks who prefer to shoot first and ask questions last. And, of course, call in a giant robot buddy to do some fighting. We all love Pile Bunker. Of all the DPS jobs, it features the fewest changes outside of some potency adjustments, but that doesn't mean you won't get some cool new toys to mess with. Now, for those who are unfamiliar with the Machinist, as I understand it, and I may not play the best Machinist, you have a lot of off-GCD things to weave into. You get to overdrive, and then you have to try to maximize how many off-GCDs and which off-GCDs you use as you go in between your global cooldowns. Of course, drill is very, very satisfying, especially when you hit that crisp reassemble, bam, then Gauss round, and it's just, let's go. We're off to the races. Barrel stabilizer, give me 50 heat automatically, and oh, we're back, folks. Dump your charges, hit overload, get your charges back, and we're having a fun time. But that's not what we're talking about here. At level 82, Spread Shot evolves into Scattergun and functions the same. Well, all right. Way to go, Scattergun. At level 84, Reassemble becomes a 2-charge action. Yes! So for those who don't know, Reassemble guarantees a crit. Usually it lasts about 6 seconds, and being able to have a 2-charge action is going to be really, really nice. I like that. Once you hit level 86, Automaton Queen gets a new and powerful finishing attack called Crowned Collider, which acts as a follow-up to Pile Bunker. When its timer runs out, or when it's ordered to hit with Queen Overdrive, Automaton Queen will execute Pile Bunker, as usual, then automatically use Crowned Collider for a big 2-hit combo. I like that. There's already a lot going on with the Machinist, a lot of off-GCD stuff. So the fact that it's taken care of automatically, love it. I'm a fan. And the thing that's going to be interesting is, with that new potency change, you're going to have to see where do I execute Pile Bunker. There's going to be a graph of potency over time, and you can try to find the Q point to see, oh, this is the most optimal place to use Pile Bunker at this point with this energy. If I summon the Queen at, let's, for ease of calculations, let's say 100%, at 100 energy. Tactician's cooldown gets reduced to 90 seconds at level 88, and the Machinist's last ability we have is Chainsaw at level 90. It's another strong line AoE style off-GCD weapon skill on a 60-second cooldown that also grants 20 points to the battery gauge. Also another one of the Machinist's nods to the tools in Final Fantasy VI. Shout out to Edgar Figaro. Now, first off, the chainsaw in Final Fantasy VI you got in Zozo. You went to a tower, you had to put on the clock, and the chainsaw had 2 attacks. You could either instantly kill by putting on the hockey mask and being like, hey, let me insert this chainsaw, see what happens, and oftentimes that would kill things, or you could do a massive single target attack with the chainsaw spinning around. It was wonderful by the time you could actually get it. It outclassed drill basically entirely. Once you got that, I never used drill again on single target unless I kept getting unlucky with on bosses where it'd try to instantly kill. So that wasn't a lot of fun. But yeah, the chainsaw, I'm on it. I'm about it. Let's do it. It's awesome. Now we have the new Machinist action traits for Scattergun. The range is 12 yards, radius 12 yards. Delivers an attack with a potency of 150 to all enemies in a cone before you. Increases the heat gauge by 10, and it's acquired at level 82. The Spread Shot Mastery upgrades Spread Shot to Scattergun. Okay, so that's your new little AoE spender thing there. And of course, Reassemble is important. We have the Crown Collider. Delivers an attack with a potency of 750. Potency increases as battery gauge exceeds required cost at time of deployment. The Automaton Queen shuts down after execution. If this action is not used manually while the Automaton Queen is active, it will be triggered automatically automatically immediately before shutting down. This cannot be assigned to a hotbar. Okay, so again, it's automatic. It's going to happen. Also, it's 750 potency. Drill is 700. So I just want to, and I'm glad that it's more, because obviously you can use drill. I believe drill's on a 30-second cooldown, and that way, and that it takes a lot more. It takes more than a few 30 seconds generally to build up enough battery gauge. Now, depending on how things work and how skilled you are and various things, you can probably chop 10% off each way, but still, 750 potency is nothing to sneeze at. We then have enhanced reassemble. Allows the accumulation of charges for consecutive uses of reassemble. Maximum charges 2 at level 84. Marksman's Mastery increases the potency of heated split shot to 200, heated slug shot to 120, and heated clean shot to 110, which makes sense. The tanks got melee mastery at level 84. Our healers got some upgrades at level 85. So, yeah, makes perfect sense. Obviously, there's going to be a potency increase. That's just going to raise the floor of the damage up just a little bit more, especially as longer fights go on. We have Queen's Gambit. After executing Pile Bunker, the Automaton Queen will also execute Crowned Collider, which is at level 86. We already read over Crowned Collider. Boy, that's a word I can say, I promise. And then we have Chainsaw. So here it says recast is 58-56. That's a little less than 60, but we'll see. We'll see if it stays like that. That may go live. That may just be an earlier build, as when you get into pre-release information, things are bound to change. And of course, keep in mind, since this is an MMO, things can be hot-fixed like that. Delivers an attack to all enemies in a straight line before you with a potency of 550 for the first enemy and 65% less for all remaining enemies. Increases the battery gauge by 20. This weapon skill does not share a recast timer with any other actions. So, a little less potency than I'd like, but keep in mind, it is an off GCD. So, you can do your abilities in your middle rotation, and instead of, okay, well, I was going to use a Gauss round or Ricochet here, well, I'm using Chainsaw. So, you have a more powerful off GCD. So, I think that'll offset the power, the power there, because keep in mind, let's take a look at Gunbreaker's final level 90 action. Does 1200 potency as on target, and then 50% less to everyone out in, I think it was in 5 yards. And then of course we have Enhanced Tactician. He reduces Tactician recast time to 90 seconds. Perfect, wonderful. So the Machinist seems to be pretty straightforward. Not a whole lot has changed. You're getting some new abilities, some extra stuff. And in general, they're leaning into the Automaton Queen, which, hey, I'm a fan of. I like the Automaton Queen. In fact, when I use her correctly, I seem to do a lot of damage, and my party's like, yes, way to go, Nim. If I'm not, they're like, yeah, you know, why don't you pick up the sword and shield? Just go, you know what, go stand in front of us and get battered about the face. You're great. I look back like, am I doing all right? They're like, yeah, keep getting punched in the face. So, I do. That being said, guys, if you like this video, or you like me, why don't you click subscribe and stay up to date with everything the channel does? I will genuinely appreciate it if you do that. I do my best to provide Final Fantasy XIV content. So, in that vein, I stream on Twitch Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and we're usually streaming Final Fantasy XIV. You can find me at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time there. If you'd like to talk to me on a more personal basis, we have a Discord link down below in the description, and you can follow me on Twitter at Nimicry. That's Nimicry. I do my best to respond to everyone. Thank you for watching this video if you made it this far, and I hope to keep making them for you. May the mount you're farming drop on the first kill. Take care, and bye.